SuperTalk Mississippi media production. Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None, by any party. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any contact.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, party accused, party on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning to you on a Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Okay. It's been that kind of week. And it just keeps going. Get that a little bit closer to your mouth because I have in studio with me the lovely, the talented, the exhausted, the always busy Jessie Hudson with Southwest Mississippi Workforce Development. How are you this morning?
Doing well. Happy we made it to halfway point.
Yeah, and it's November now.
I know.
So.
It's flying. It didn't used to do that, I don't think.
And I hope you've got a nice thick jacket somewhere. You're going to need it for Monday.
Yes. Really? Is it going to be cold?
Hold on just a second. We'll get back to the regularly scheduled entertainment in just a moment. But first, I get to destroy her plans for the first part of next week.
Oh, no.
Monday, high of 55, low of 31.
Oh, yep. Breaking out the winter stuff.
That's the official forecast.
Love it.
Yeah, we've got a big cold front pushing through on Sunday, and it's going to drop the temperature, and people's pipes are going to freeze, and then they're going to whine, and it's going to be a whole thing.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I can tell you're excited, but luckily we're here to talk about something a little bit better now. Of course, at the same time, the first date of this is going to be when it's a little bit on the chilly side.
A little bit on the chilly side. So go on and get your jackets out. Have them ready so you can come out.
Now, tell us what we're talking about. Big open house.
Yes, we are having another open house / registration event. We're getting ready for spring classes. So we have majority of all the dates set in place for our classes in the spring. So this is a chance for you to come see what you need to do before you get into the holiday rush of getting presents and everything. So you can just come see what we are offering, see what you need to get together if you do want to do one of our classes in the spring.
And there's a wide variety. I love the flyer that you guys put together.
Thank you.
Did you do this?
I did.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
You got 2 dates, both the following 2 Tuesdays.
Right. Yep. One will be in Summit here at the Workforce Center, and one will be in Woodville at our Woodville Training Complex on Highway 61.
to make it a little more convenient for people.
Yes, we're trying to do that, and each one will be talking about the classes we offer at each location. So the Woodville one, we just have like CDL, structural fitting over there, as well as forklift training, whereas here we do have a little bit more healthcare classes too. So lots of options depending on what you want to do.
Phlebotomy.
I
walk past the phlebotomy lab every morning when I come walking in.
Yes,
back
and
there.
we just had a class finish their clinicals and get ready, so a lot of them are working, so just excited to see them.
If you don't know, phlebotomy means they're going to suck your blood out.
Yes.
That's drawing blood. That's working with blood. And you talk about, forklift training. They're out there doing some right now in the back parking lot.
Yes, and the next class that'll wrap up this year will be December 2nd through December 4th. That will be in Woodville, and then after that, we'll have the spring schedule as well. So, but we're looking at structural fitting, pipe fitting, CDL, pharmacy tech, emergency medical technician, industrial maintenance, and as well as adult education and funding opportunities. So there's lots of resources at this. This is just a big informational gathering, basically.
Well, but that's the thing. That's what the Workforce Training Center is. Mm-hmm. Yes, you offer a lot of classes and a lot of training, but you're probably the most important part of the first steps in defining what you want to do to make a good living and have a good career. You walk in and go, what do I do?
Right.
And then you guys literally take it from there.
Right. And it's really interesting. I wish I had known more about it when I was growing up, because it's not just one people group that we market to. You could be a senior, like if you're in a senior year and the last semester and you're 18, you can take some of these classes at night after school, graduate, and either go straight to work while being in school, or you can go straight to school and build on what you've already learned. If you are unemployed right now and looking for a change in career, you can do that. And we actually, Accelerate Mississippi, who is our parent company, they are taking applications for a grant for a Reconnect 2.0 right now. So that the whole point of that is to reconnect someone who's unemployed with a job opportunity. So we're looking at that. They're supposed to be reviewing applications in December. So lots of things coming up. So this is just a chance for you to come and talk to us, maybe get your name on the list for us to just have your contact information for an opportunity.
Well, and that does bring up something that I want to mention, because I have been watching workforce training for years and years and years. Been in the building for the last 5. Mm-hmm. You guys never stop. There's always something new coming down the pike.
I know. I think we may have like one day where we're twiddling our thumbs like, what do we do? And then, boom, keeps going.
I've never noticed it. Every time I see one of you guys, you're at like a half run going through the hall to get to the next thing you've got to do.
It's a good time. We're never bored.
But it does bring up a good point. You talked about it. You can help just about everybody,
right?
No matter the category, no matter what they're looking for. And I'm going to make this as clear as I can. If you've got an interest in something, and we didn't name it, it's not on the flyer, you've never heard anything about it, call and ask them.
Right. And especially workforce programs, they're flexible. So if we see that there's a need, especially like if an industry has a need, they can come talk to us. If it's something that we can do, we're going to try to, our whole point is to help people, whether that to be jobs so you can have a livable wage, just so everybody can be okay.
Well, and you've done that before. You've had programs before where an industry, a business has come in and said, hey, I need 20, widget makers, and you put together a widget maker training and get them certified.
Right. And there's a lot of like apprenticeships right now that are being open, whether they're either open now or they're going to be open in the fall for you to get hands-on training while you're in the class, potentially get paid while you're doing it. So even if we don't have all the answers right now, it's something that we're constantly in the works with. So as long as we have if you're interested and you're willing to put in the work, we can connect you.
Well, and that's the other thing. Here at the Workforce Training Center, when we talk about getting you trained and certified, this is not just sitting in a classroom, book learn and take a test. Right. When I said they're in the back doing forklift training today, they literally have cones set up in the back parking lot, and one at a time, they're driving a forklift around back there.
Right.
Phlebotomy class.
You are
practicing. If they look a little pale sometimes, that's because they had a big test that day.
Right.
It's a very practically oriented
Yes.
type of training that you
Yes.
get through workforce.
Right. And I actually went to the EMT class the other day, and they were like, Jessie, why don't we put you on a stretcher? And I was like, why not? But they were checking vitals, doing what they're supposed to do, getting me in and out of the ambulance on the stretcher. Now they're getting ready to go to clinicals. So, and just super exciting stuff. And I was like, can I just sit in here and just see what all y'all do? So they're not just sitting there. Exactly.
No, everybody is learning the best way possible, which is you've got an expert telling you how it works, what you need to look out for, what you need to do, and then you go do it for a while.
Right.
And then you come back and he says, now, do you know why your hair caught on fire? Because you did this. Don't do that again.
Quick plug, we also offer OSHA training if you need. We have OSHA 10 and OSHA 30 if you need it.
That's absolutely perfect. That is well timed. Well done. And you mentioned about getting some assistance financially, because you don't just have to come in here and write a big check.
Right. And of course, if you have the means to be able to just pay for it out of pocket, that definitely do that. Our classes are first come, first served. And that's kind of, once you get everything in, that's what secures your spot. But if the price on the flyer scares you, don't let it deter you, because we have funding in place, whether that be through ITAs with the Win Job Center if you qualify. There's also potentially this Reconnect program. There's different scholarships through the foundation. So there's options for you. Of course, you have to put in the work to see if you're eligible to follow up with us, but there's definitely options if it's something you want to pursue.
And that probably should be the word that is on the front of the building here. Options. That's what this entire place is all about.
Right.
Is finding the right options for you, helping you figure out how to put those options into play in your life and make yourself a success at them, and options for how you go about doing that. It really is exploratory. I have seen people come in here. I remember one person, it's probably 3-4 years ago, walked in the door, and I just happened to be leaving. I was passing out through the lobby. He stopped me and said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Yeah, what's up?" I don't technically work here, so I just direct everybody when I get asked.
You work here.
Go talk to them. They're gonna know. I don't know anything. But they stopped me and said, "Well, I'm just wanting to talk to them. I got to get something going in my life." And I said, "Well, okay. I can go find somebody.
Yeah.
Let me go back here. I'll find somebody." I said, "What are you interested in?" He said, "Oh, I'm interested in finding out what I'm interested in."
Yeah.
I said, "You have walked through the right door, my friend. Wait just a
Absolutely.
minute," because that, going back to what I said a minute ago, that's step one, and that's the open house is a great icebreaker for that.
Exactly. It gives you a chance to meet us, talk about what you're going to be doing in the class, talk about what the syllabus and the curriculums are going to look like, and then talk about what options are available for you after, whether that be, if you starting from scratch and you need to get your high school, your GED, we have that here. If you're wanting to move into a career field, we have those options here. If you're wanting to build on that or go straight to work, we can connect you with that. So exciting things, I think.
Yes, definitely. And we just continually fight the battle to make sure everybody knows about this, because we still have a lot of people that don't really know what goes on in this building.
Best kept secret, they say, and we're trying to tell people about it, whether that be adult ed to our learning and retirement classes to, there's so many options, I think.
Had the Institute of Learning and Retirement luncheon.
Yes,
few
that's
weeks
tomorrow
ago.
Too.
Oh yeah, I got another one tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
But the last one was well attended.
Yes,
let me just say that.
Yes, and we've decorated for Christmas now, so they're gonna be so excited. And
got somebody in the Santa outfit for them.
If they do, I don't know about it.
Oh well, you haven't been good then. That's what that tells me. Now, the best part about the open house, though, is you don't need an appointment.
Nope.
You don't have to talk to anybody ahead of time. All of the scary parts of it are out the window. All you got to do is just walk in that day, right?
Just walk in. We'll talk to you. It's going to be the one in Summit. It'll be here at the Workforce Building next Tuesday, November 11th from 3 to 6. So come on after work if you want to. And then the one that will be in Woodville will be on Tuesday, November 18th from 10 to 12. So.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it.
And
Just come talk to us.
If you don't know where the Workforce Training Center is, number one, you're going to get a treat because this is one of the most beautiful buildings in Pike County.
I agree. Especially at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. You guys, I'm just going to be honest. You guys go a little goofy at Christmas.
Yeah. But
You
that's
do?
what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
That's not a criticism in a good way, but that's the best way to explain it. They're enthusiastic.
Right.
We'll put it like that.
Right.
But if you're looking for the Workforce Training Center building, the easiest way I can tell you, yes, we're on the campus of Southwest Community College. Go to North Pike and turn around and look.
Yes.
That big fancy building, there it is.
That's it, right there.
Because I can literally step to this window and look out and I can see the softball field.
Yep, we hear their band during football season. That's my favorite thing.
Yes, it is absolute chaos, again, in the best possible way. So next Tuesday in Summit from 3 till 6. The following Tuesday from 10 until 12 in Woodville. It's an open house. We're going to help you get yourself sorted out.
Yep.
See, I'm coming up with all these great branding slogans.
Yeah, I love it.
You guys aren't using any of them.
Just make one flyer of all your slogans.
Yeah, if only I hadn't used somebody that participates in putting the flyers together, we could get something going here.
What a coinky-dink.
Yeah, it's not going to help at all. I know that. Jessie, I always enjoy having you in here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I also enjoy occasionally when we bump into each other in the hall.
I feel like I don't see you as much as I should, us being in the same building.
Yeah, but that's the way it works around here. You know, it's hard to focus on objects when you're moving at the speed everyone's moving at in this building, helping other people. Open house, Workforce Training Center, next Tuesday in Summit, the following Tuesday in Woodville. Make sure you are there, and when you walk in, ask for Jessie.
Yep.
Just going to keep you busy.
Do it.
She is going to sleep well every night because we're going to exhaust this girl every day. Keep up the good work. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. You too.
We will continue on this Wednesday morning right after this. Keep it here.
Ladies, your health is your priority, and the Women's Health Center in Macomb is here to support you. We're thrilled to announce the return of Dr. Ann Vu. Dr. Vu joins our dedicated team, including Dr. Kevin Richardson, nurse practitioner Shayla Stanberry, and midwife Tara Givens. From routine checkups to specialized care, we offer comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Schedule your appointment today. Visit us at 1318 Harrison Avenue or call 601-684-2300. The Women's Health Center, where your well-being comes first.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast, missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com, it's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have a break. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com, it's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon or Apple, or just right there on the page. The fire that opened your eyes. The fire that opened your eyes. Whoa. The fire that opened your eyes. The fire that opened your eyes.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County, 93.5. A very nice Wednesday morning weather-wise out there. 63 right now, a tad warmer than it was yesterday. By Friday, we're going to be back up to 80. By Saturday, we're going to be up to 82. By Sunday, we won't. Just thought I'd pass that along to you there. Not a whole bunch of rain in the forecast, just a little 20% chance. We got this front coming through with this kind of temperature differential, and usually you expect big storms. We do have a chance of thunder shower activity Friday afternoon late, and that's it. After that, we got a couple of little tiny chances of showers Friday night and Saturday night, and aside from that, sunny and clear skies and cold after that. So not bad at all. Well, in case you didn't see, the national stuff always gets the attention. We've been talking about it this morning. The Democrats, and this was not really unexpected after redistricting, court-ordered special redistricting, the Republican supermajority in the Senate is no more. Have a majority, we just don't have a veto-proof majority. That's functionally what a supermajority means. But nationwide, the Democratic Party pretty much had a clean sweep. The New York mayor, you've heard plenty about that. You're going to hear plenty more, some of it in the form of anguish screaming down the road, but we'll get there. Governor in Virginia, lieutenant governor in Virginia, attorney general in Virginia, New Jersey governor, it just across the board. Prop 50 out in California, allowing them to redistrict passed, which it would have been shocking if it hadn't. You're going to see an emboldened far left in the Democratic Party now. Now, here's what I expect initially. Very first thing. Shutdown will end by the end of the week. This was the point of the shutdown. Oh no, I don't mean that the Democratic senators are going to go, well, okay, we're done. I vote aye. Let's open it back. Not going to be quite that simple. They're still going to try to get what they can because, again, they're emboldened now. But I fully expect the shutdown to end by the end of the week. Today's Wednesday, so in the next 2 days, basically, because they got their goodie out of it. They got what they wanted. There's been quite a lot of scuttlebutt out there that the purpose of extending it to this point for this long is now the longest government shutdown in history. We just crossed that line, breaking the record set by the government shutdown during Trump's first term. Noticing a trend here. I think we're at 35 days now. So it's already the longest that the federal government has ever been shut down due to budgetary crises in the history of America. Nothing left to prove there. It's always going to come back to what it was always going to come down to, which is sitting down and talking. But to do that, we got to get the government open. I think we're going, totally my guess here, I think we're going to see the Democratic senators come around, break off just enough. It's not going to be a unanimous vote. Not a chance. They only got to find like seven or eight Democratic senators to vote in favor of the continuing resolution. The rest of them have the cover of still getting to vote no. But those handful, those few, vote yes along with the Republicans, and the government's back open. But they will only do that in exchange for guarantees about discussions they're going to have and votes that are going to be taken regarding health care. That's what I expect to see happen. And I expect it pretty quick here. President Trump is currently, they may be out by now, currently meeting with the Republican senators, the leadership there, because things are going to happen now. I would be shocked if at this time next week we're still talking about how the government is shut down. I don't think it's going to go that far. It accomplished its purpose for the Democrats. Now, let me ask you something. If they did this to win an off-year election, next year's the midterms. We're 3 years out from another big one for the president and the majority of Congress. This is an off-year election. If they were willing to make people miss multiple paychecks, throw air travel into chaos, make people do without SNAP benefits, and eliminate all this stuff for an off-year election, what do you think's going to happen next year now that they saw that it worked this time around? Where do you think we're headed? If you have any sense of pattern recognition, if the Democrats have any sense of pattern recognition, we all know what's going to happen. That is why I would be absolutely stunned if they don't negotiate a deal to where they extend the health care credits for 1 year, a little less than a year, to end at the end of the fiscal year, at the end of September next year, so that we're right back in the same spot next year so they can do the same exact thing next year, hoping to get the same exact result next year, because next year's the midterms. That's a bigger deal than yesterday was. Yes, I have my Karnak hat on. I'm predicting the future for you here. That's what I see as the most likely outcome. Now, reality being as dumb as it is, there will be some variation in that. But that's what I see moving forward. Because again, whether and it's immaterial for this argument. You can argue that they did this on purpose, or you can argue that they did this and then realized they had something and kept it going. And then got a clean sweep in the off-year elections yesterday as far as the big nationwide races. And other things, again, broke the supermajority in the Senate in Mississippi. The Democratic Party of Mississippi, by the way, has sent out multiple emails already today bragging about it's a brand new day and everything's turning around and Mississippi is now a battleground state, so forth and so on. Fair play. That's what you do when you win. You use that political capital to your advantage. But whether it was intentional timing or not, you can't tell me that once you come up with a play that lets you score a touchdown, you don't plan to ever run that play again. Bull. And it just seems to me if they can work it out, the Democratic senators are going to get it extended to the end of next September so they can have the same exact play to run again for the midterms. Because they're going to feel that it worked. Functionally, going by results, which is what we go by, it sure didn't hurt them, did it? Now, I say all that to say this. To whatever extent the government shutdown has affected you, most likely that effect has been minimal. I think that's a true statement for the majority of people, but there are still plenty of folks that have been affected by this. Once the government gets back open and things are pumping along normally again, get through your holiday period, and then next year, go ahead and start preparing for the same thing at the end of next year. Because if you see it coming that far out, you can at least make things a little bit better for yourself and others by getting ready for it. Because this is not far-fetched, what I'm talking about. This is not reaching out into the void trying to find something to hold on to. No, it's a pretty likely series of events. So keep that in mind, and let's just see what happens. Let's see how this plays out. Those free buses are going to be nice in New York, though, aren't they? The free buses and the free and/or discount grocery stores run by the government, and they're freezing all the rents, and they're increasing everybody's pay, and he wants to increase taxes on wealthier people. The problem is, as Governor Kathy Hochul, I'm not a fan of hers, but still, they asked her about all this, and she said, I don't know what he's talking about. The governor doesn't have the authority to do any of that. They can't do it. Which does lead us to a horrible conclusion. So what you're trying to tell me, what you want me to believe, what you expect me to base my basis of reality on when it comes to politics, is that Democrats lie? No! Never happened. Every time? No, there are no absolutes, despite the fact that, the Sith are running amok right now. There are no absolutes. But it certainly feels like when it counts, let's just say the veracity is suspect. Look those words up if you didn't get that. We will continue when we come back. One interesting thing, not from the work session last night, from the meeting yesterday of the Macomb City Board. What? There was a meeting? Yeah, emergency last session, second special call meeting yesterday afternoon that they announced right before lunch. And that kind of caused them a problem. We'll show you what we're talking about after this on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5.
Dr. Patrick Daigle is now seeing patients at Mississippi Women's OBGYN. While his location has changed from the Women's Health Center, Dr. Daigle's commitment to exceptional care remains stronger than ever. You'll find the same trusted care now at a new location within the Southwest Health Network. Dr. Daigle and Dr. James Nobles providing comprehensive women's health services at Mississippi Women's OBGYN. Same trusted care, new location, 205 Marion Avenue in Macomb, or call 601-250-4275.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Yes. Sometimes you can outsmart yourself. And And that's what appears to have happened yesterday with Mayor Cordelia Lockley. Let me explain. They put out about noon yesterday a notice that there was going to be a special call meeting of the Macomb City Board of Mayor and Selectmen yesterday. Right around noonish, they did it. And the statement very clearly says that Mayor Cordelia Lockley does hereby call a special meeting, because the mayor or any member of the board can do so. I think you have to have more than one member of the board, but you get the idea. The agenda for the special call meeting was to approve the AP docket for October 15th through the 28th, because oops, didn't do that. What? Poor attention to detail? Who could have seen that coming? Item number 2 was approving an invoice from Twin L Construction. It's the invoice on the Macomb Railroad Depot renovation project. Been some discussion back and forth on that. We'll get to that hopefully tomorrow. Number 3, consider approving a resolution establishing the Leisure and Recreation District pursuant to Mississippi Section 67-1-101. And then number 4, entering into executive session because, again, personnel problems and lawsuits. They phrase it as prospective litigation and personnel. No, it's employee problems and lawsuits. Saying the same thing with different words. You're misrepresenting it. I don't care. That's the virtue of saying I don't care. But here's the thing. They put out the special call, the mayor did, for 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Now, here is a fun fact. Some people sitting around that table have a job. They can't just get up and leave because the mayor has decided he wants to sneak some stuff in. And as a result, Selectman Thompson was not able to be there at 4 o'clock. This was about a 30-minute long special call meeting. He was not able to be there right then. The man has a job. And he doesn't drop everything because His Majesty the Mayor decides, oh, we're going to do this right now. And the question becomes, the AP docket? Yeah, okay, you need to go ahead and do that. Got another week until a meeting. The invoice? Yeah, let's go ahead and discuss that. Not quite sure why this. How do you have 3 emergency items that can't wait a week? It's always my question on this. But here's the problem. Every time we have passed something about the Leisure and Recreation District downtown, it's been a 3-3 vote, and the mayor has broken the tie to go ahead and put it through. Well, when you decide to sneak something in real quick, super quick, with 4 hours notice, they sent this notice out about noon yesterday. The meeting was at 4. So you give people 4 hours notice to drop what they're doing and respond to a quick offhanded whim to come meet. Not everybody is going to be able to make it. And that resulted in, an outcome that probably wasn't hoped for. Let's just listen to the audio on that item.
Number 3, consider approving a resolution establishing the Leisure and Recreation District pursuant to Mississippi Section 67-1-101. Can I get a motion and second?
So moved.
Select Woman Baylor. Select Woman Isaac. Discussion. This is a requirement by state law. We have established the Leisure and Recreation District, and they require a resolution, and this resolution is just part of the process. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to yield to my city attorney to expound further than I did.
Once again, by the way, come to find out, we didn't touch second base, so the run doesn't count yet. Once again, we missed a detail. This is becoming a regular part of doing business with the city of Macomb government to the point where it's almost partial. It's so consistent we continuously miss things. Let's go back to the audio.
Yes, sir. The ABC contacted myself. I think they had also contacted Mr. Green. There needed to be an amendment to the ordinance regarding the gallons. So the amendment was made and presented to the board. The board approved the amendment regarding the amount of the container. The resolution needs to be put in place that covers the entire ordinance and the establishment of the leisure and recreation district, so that can be sent to Mississippi ABC, so that they can move forward with their approval process.
Okay, a couple of things from this. We went through this, we passed the ordinance, then we came back, if you recall, and amended it because the way it was written, you could get yourself a gallon of daiquiris and go outside and just walk up and down the street slurping it down. Well, no, we limited it to a 16-ounce cup, but it's not an open container. It's just a container which you can drink from while you're walking around. But it's not an open container. We got to use the correct words here. Well, we don't use the correct procedures because the problem is we passed that ordinance and then we passed that amendment and we never passed a resolution, which is also required by state law. And apparently we didn't even know that until the Bureau of Alcohol Control contacted the city and said, we need a resolution here before we can continue forward with our approval process. I would like to also point out one other thing. They need that resolution to continue forward with their approval process. How many unapproved by the ABC daiquiris have been sold so far? How's that work? We just got rock solid verification. ABC hasn't signed off on this yet. They came back and requested the other thing they need before they can sign off on it. So it's kind of a... we're trying to change the oil in the car after we're already going down the interstate. Which is why this was considered an emergency that needed a special call meeting. Just wait.
Any questions from the city attorney? Soleil Mackay.
So what changed?
It changed from the gallon to just 16 ounce.
But we voted on that.
Yes.
So we voted on the amendment. But we don't need to amend the previous one. We need to write a new one. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, there was not a previous resolution ever done. It was only an ordinance that was done.
Okay. And so what's the purpose of the resolution versus the ordinance? The resolution is required by state law, I assume?
That's correct.
Okay. So this is a resolution to change an ordinance?
It is a resolution that codifies, I'm sorry, I keep putting y'all on mute. It is a resolution that codifies the establishment of the leisure recreation district and specifically states what the beverage amount is, as well as the, it refers back to the ordinance. So the resolution is the resolve of the board. It is the public statement. No different from the ordinance.
And what that tells me, I'm sorry, this is state busy work. Now, I know you passed this ordinance, and I know you passed an amendment, and I know you've put it into your code of ordinances, and it's now the law in the city of Macomb, but we also need you to pass another thing saying you passed that thing, or we can't do anything. That's just a little stupid to me. I understand Selectman Cotting's confusion. It's like, we're doing what? Okay. So that's the situation. We got to pass a resolution saying that we passed the ordinance before ABC will continue with their approval process to approve the daiquiri shop, which has been open for a while selling daiquiris, to allow them to sell daiquiris. Am I getting that right? This is way more complicated than it has to be. Just telling you.
JD.
I'll send it to him.
He's sending it to you.
Okay, thank you. I got it. It's done.
Okay. You heard the explanation of our city attorney as it relates to the resolution. It's a requirement by law that goes with the leisure and recreation district. Any other discussion on it? Any other questions to our city attorney? None? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Then let me get the ayes. Okay.
I don't know if you could hear that. Let's go back. That's Selectman Cotting saying we really needed Thompson for this vote, talking about Selectman Thompson, who had not made it to the special call meeting yet, that he only had 4 hours notice of to begin with.
Then let me get the ayes.
Thompson for this vote.
Okay. Ayes being Selectwoman Isaac, Selectwoman Baylor, Selectman McKenzie,
Nay.
Selectman Cotting.
It's nay, but if you waited 5 minutes, this would have passed.
You know that.
He is not wrong. Selectman Thompson was on his way. Like I said, he had 4 hours notice to be there and couldn't get away. But we got to rush. We got to do this now. We got to do it real quick before anybody notices. Well, the vote as it stands right now where I stopped the audio was 2 in favor and 2 against. There's only 5 selectmen there. So there is going to be no tie. The mayor does not get to weigh in on this. How does Selectman Mullins vote?
Okay. Okay, and Selectman Mullins?
Nay.
Okay.
A problem of your own making. We got to rush. We got to do things now. And sometimes, if you sit around in the backyard on a sunny day playing with your magnifying glass, well, occasionally you burn yourself. And that's what happened here. If we had done it through normal procedures, you would have had a more than likely full board there. It would have been 3-3, and the mayor could have voted aye, and we'd move on. But now we're in a situation, because, again, special call meeting, all you can do is what's on the agenda. Once that's been voted up or down, you're done. You cannot add items to a special call meeting agenda. You cannot adjust items. What you see is what you get. You talk about it, you vote for it, and you're done. That's it. Once it was voted down, we were done. Now, I would be surprised if we didn't get a second special call meeting between now and next Tuesday, because everything is a crushing emergency, you know, unless there's poop flowing down the ditch. But that's a whole different topic. So the final vote was 3 nay, 2 aye. Motion failed. So now we have an ordinance with an amendment to make sure you don't get gallon-sized daiquiris of water. How are we even having this conversation? How is this even the world that we're dealing with right now? So we got the ordinance, we got the amendment keeping you from grabbing a gallon of daiquiri and staggering around downtown. But before alcohol and beverage will sign off on this whole leisure district thing and allowing people to walk around with their drinks, they need this resolution passed. The resolution just failed, which means there's still a holdup on getting final approval from ABC on this leisure and recreation district plan, which means I would assume until ABC has finalize this, better not be walking around with your daiquiri downtown. We know for a fact now it hasn't been approved by ABC. It can't have, because the resolution that ABC contacted the city and said we need this before we can continue approving this and going through the process. Well, that resolution failed yesterday afternoon because we have to be in a hurry and we are really bad at logistics and scheduling. So we know it's not approved. So now what? Oh, they'll come back. We'll have a 3-3 vote, and the tiebreaker will put it in, and it will eventually be fine. But between now and then, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be walking around with my daiquiri. Or you could take the contrarian anarchist approach and go get you a 2-gallon daiquiri and walk around with it and say, well, you never mentioned 2 gallons.
If you
Walk out with a trash can with a straw in it and go, I'm having a good day. Didn't say nothing about this. Life is stupid enough. Let's stop making it even dumber. Actively. Final break. Close it down for this Wednesday after this.
Tired of living with an overactive bladder? Constant trips to the restroom and sudden leaks don't have to disrupt your life. Axonics Therapy at Southwest Urology Clinic offers a long-term solution helping you regain control and confidence. This advanced FDA-approved treatment is safe, effective, and designed to fit your lifestyle, and best of all, it's right here close to home. Take the first step toward lasting relief. Call Southwest Urology Clinic at 601-250-4344 today to learn more about Axonics Therapy, because confidence starts with control.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
That'll do it.
Closing time. Turn all of the lights on.
Once again, the National Weather Service has put out a map showing us, Pike County, colored in as having a possible light freeze at the start of next week. So here is your daily reminder. Take care of your business. Wrap your pipes. Make preparations for the pets and the plants to come inside. And the people. I mean, you don't want the kids sleeping in the yard Monday night. Check the antifreeze in your car. Do your prep now. When we started talking about this, you had a week. Now you got like 3 or 4 days. So if you haven't gotten to it yet, at the very least, make sure you put it on your schedule for like Saturday or the first day you have some free time, and get all of this done before this weather comes in. If you don't, everything's self-inflicted at that point. The theme of this week, self-inflicted wounds. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. I know you're going to. I can see it in your eye, that little gleam. And we'll do this again tomorrow morning for North Pike Thursday at 9:06. My friend, I'll see you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi media production.